Hey there everyone, I'm King 5, Meteorologist Adam Claibon, and this forecast right here is going to be for those of you who are skiers, snowboarders, just snow enthusiasts in general, or just trying to get up into the mountains here into the upcoming weekend, because it's going to be Martin Luther King Day weekend, and it's typically one of the busiest weekends up around our resorts. Wanted to show you some of the latest reports from there. You can see coming in at a base depth at Baker at 112 inches, 75 for Stevens Pass, between 60 to 90 around White Pass. But wanted to show you what's happening right here too. The new snow is going to be more of a common theme that you're going to see throughout these. Nothing coming up at any of these resorts, due in part because it's just been so quiet. You can see where the base depths are. Crystal Mountain up to 70, Summit at Snoqualmie we're up to 51, Mission Ridge anywhere between 45 to 57 inches. It's been quiet, but it's been a much better season this year as opposed to what we saw last year. I wanted to show you kind of the comparison between the 2 years. First, this year, this is as of mid-January, and you can see that a lot of the greens and the blues that you're showing up are showing where our snow water equivalents are anywhere between about 90% to 100 and maybe even 30% of where they should normally be for this time of the year. The farther south you go across the state, the higher those numbers are. Where we are running some deficits are going to be right around here across areas of the central and the northern Cascades. Those deficits at around about 70 to 80% of normal for this time of the year. So not terrible, and an improvement from what we saw at this time last year. You can see those numbers showing up, yellows and oranges, indicating where we were anywhere between about 60% to about 80% of normal for this time of the year. And the farther north you go, you can see that those numbers again are quite a bit lower, especially here across the Olympics, where we were only at 46% of the normal average for that snow water equivalent. Now, for us here over the next few days, we're going to want to try to keep as much of that snow as possible, because high pressure, it's been dominant and we haven't really seen a whole lot of new snow. And with this area of high pressure beginning to strengthen just a bit more, we're going to amplify that jet stream, and colder air is going to work its way through. We'll have a weak system come through and perhaps maybe produce a little snowfall, but generally we're talking about things staying pretty quiet all the way through a lot of the weekend and heading on, it looks like, into a lot of next week. So let's talk about that one system. Here comes as we head on into more the mid to the latter part of the day on Thursday. Quick front moving on through, maybe some snow up here across the Cascades for you there, but we are going to see that quickly begin to diminish. And then once we head on here into the evening, heading on to Thursday night, 6 p.m. there, and then later on you can see that quick brush of snow gets out of here, and we're going to be quieting down here for some time, and heading on into Friday and Saturday. A lot of clear skies showing up here across western Washington, which will make it fairly easy when it comes to traveling here across the region. But I wanted to show you what we're expecting as far as any snow that we might get. Maybe a coating or a dusting up to 2 inches here at some of our resorts. Should be a whole lot more. So again, if you're going to be traveling, should be quiet here Friday through Martin Luther King Day. Expecting to see partly to mostly sunny skies, and those snow levels getting down to about 1,500 feet. It is going to be a cold air mass around. And as we look at future temperatures, this is starting off Friday morning at about 8 o'clock. You can see the temperatures are sitting well below freezing in the low 20s to upper 20s. So if you're trying to get up there to some of those resorts, make sure that you are layering up. We're going to see that those numbers get up to around the freezing point around Snoqualmie Pass during the afternoon. Looks like we'll be in the more the 20s here across some of our other resorts. And then we cool down quickly once the sun sets heading into Friday night. White Pass, and we're already back down to 8 degrees by about 7 p.m. Now, if you're getting out early Saturday morning, we do warm up nicely. Again, the sun is going to do its best to try to help things out when it comes to warming us up, but we'll get back more into the 20s as we head on into the latter part of the day on Saturday, and then we're going to keep those temperatures fairly cool as we head on into Sunday and Monday. Hey, make sure if you are heading to the mountains to stay safe, but also have a great time and enjoy your Martin Luther King Day weekend.